Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Zero. No, we're not short. We're not short or long here, Nola. Just because you see a red candle does not mean I'm shorting. Open the gate. Uh-oh. ICT said he's about to take Larry Williams' record. Can all like the free members people chat in the chat box? Okay, yeah, you can. Cool. I'll wait for some more people go join, and then I'm gonna show what I'm looking for here. I bet you not as many people are gonna join because I didn't make an announcement yesterday night. Like I promise you, dude. Some what's it called? Some people literally like take off work to join these if I make an announcement. But so the fact that it now like when Minecraft stream, I haven't played Minecraft in like a week. I'm not doing a Minecraft stream. That's just outrageous. I do have to do my GeoGuessr daily challenge. Yeah, Jevin, I don't get it. How you not at school? You just not go to school? Did you take that London long? So I'm kind of pissed. This is the most textbook long you'll ever see, bro. I just wish I was awake for that. Was anyone up during London and took this inversion? Bet you someone was. Nice. That was textbook. I'll wait till like 300 people are in here, and then I'm gonna go over what I think for today. Which today's not going to be as straight up as yesterday, in my opinion. Oh, by the way, for any of the premium members, I forgot to tell you guys, but I made like a tutorial on when you join and what channels you should be looking at and all that stuff. Make sure to go to the please read section. It's a video of like literally everything you need to know about. Okay, here's the channels you should be checking. Blah blah. Please and thank you. I definitely recommend checking it out because some people have been like, "Oh, I'm so lost in Discord." Have I watched I've watched both the core content and the 2022 mothership. I didn't watch the full core content. I watched like some months, not all the months. Wait, why do you sleep that low? I bet you Juice knows. Devin, does Aidonomics stream? Not anymore. Why? What's GB? I don't know what that means. Oh wait, yeah, I do. Gold black lines. I don't know how you say that. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Usually the best dates, Bilal, are when we have a lot of news. So I'd probably start it. So this is premium. Like, does he even alert anything? Does he like, um, does he chat? Oh. What should he go through after complete the next 2022 mentorship? Probably, I would go over like any concepts you struggled with in the core content. So like if you don't understand some stuff, there's usually a core content video about that. All right, should keep going to Fitless Gap here. No, I'm not any trader in Iraqi. I'm gonna wait for 300 people to be in here and then go over what I think for today, which is not really much to be honest. Bro, someone put the middle finger emoji. Hey, in my announcement. This is typically a day where I will turn on new day opening gaps and new day new week opening gaps just because there's not a lot to go based off of here. All right, 300 people have joined. I'll be now going over what I think. In one moment. Go get a charger real quick. I don't know. All right, so what I think for today is obviously yesterday we went pretty low and then we dropped pretty low overnight. And the thing that kind of sucks for today is we're in this hourly fair value or this weekly fair value gap, and we've bounced out of it like 3 times already. ICT says he wants this fair value gap by Thanksgiving. Gold batch or bullback is just like special levels. I don't know what it is. It's like just a bunch of levels. So yeah, ICT says he wants this by Thanksgiving, which makes sense. And I don't know if we're gonna get this. I mean, I think we're at least gonna get this, obviously. You obviously look right here. You can see that we just hit discount. Okay, we did hit discount. So I mean, there's honestly no need for us to keep going down here. But I mean, ICT thinks we're gonna hit this. I'm not sure why it thinks that. I guess it makes sense, but other than it's kind of around this 0.705, and if he's right, that means we'll probably keep dumping. So really for today, since we are inside this weekly fair value gap, obviously it's not really smart to look for shorts in here. I'm pretty sure we're probably gonna get a short-term retracement. Up to and for I'll be informed this is a daily fair value gap right here. Okay. I'm not sure how big it's gonna be yet because we still have to wait for the day to close, but I'm assuming this will probably turn into a daily fair value gap. And for today, really all I'll be probably looking for is some sort of. I want to see how we react to this new day opening gap first. But if we break over that, we're probably gonna go at least to premium today. So like to right here. And again, the bias is very tough today. Yesterday was so easy because we had. I always determine bias off of violated fair value gaps. Okay, if you ever watch my video, I always say like mark out hourly fair value gaps, right? And yesterday we had this one right here. Okay, on the hourly. And it was the last fair value gap. And when we broke that, right, I knew the bias was gonna be bearish till down to here. Right, we don't really have that to go base off of because there's nothing to the left here except this weekly fair value gap and all these fair value gaps. So, definitely a little tougher day, just bias wise, which means we'll probably have to be in scout mode for now. The one thing I do want is just to see how we react to this new day opening gap. We do have an hourly fair value gap here. Like I could see us getting like a confirmation long setup in here, which means basically we could go down here, get my inverse model or something, and then go up from there, obviously. So that is one thing I'm watching. I'm gonna try not to short just because of how low we are. But I'm not gonna get married to the idea of don't short today. Because if I see a textbook short and I think we're going back to the lows, I could totally see that too. I don't want to get married to one bias at the moment. Just kind of want to see how we react to this. I think we have news at 10 as well. But yeah, depending on how we react to this, just gonna see how it plays out. If we do break this new opening gap, we're probably gonna go to this high because it's the next swing high and it's also inside the fair value gap, and typically they are targeted a lot. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on today. Bias is a little difficult. Not difficult, but it's just a lot harder than yesterday, in my opinion. Then Euro had a nice market maker sell model. I did compare this before this low hit last night. I see the it hit over night. So euro, I'd probably be looking for longs. Although I don't really see anything enticing here for a long setup at all. I'm really interested in euro at the moment. But really nice buy curve there. They completed there last night. So Bitcoin, no one cares about that. I have been looking at well, I am lately just for SMTs. No, you did it, not Miles. I'm gonna probably do that later. Also, there's a 15-minute. So, like, if we got a confirmation long in here, which means I'm not gonna long this blindly, but if we get like a confirmation long in here, I'll take that. So, like, I could see something like this could definitely happen. Something like this, hit this like internal high, and then back down low again. Yeah, and these are all just thoughts. Nothing I'm gonna play yet. I see some framework. An SMT. Ooh, there is an SMT there. No. Yeah, there is. There's an SMT here. Okay, which basically means that NQ failed to hit this low. Well, ES did hit the low. I mean, that's bullish. So, again, just going to be watching this for a value gap here. And then, obviously already been filled on the 5-minute on NQ. But this 15-minute fair value gap here. Bullish SMT can only be at the bottom. Bearish SMT can only be at the top. Let me check my Forex Factory. My Forex Factory, we got pending home sales at 10, which is only orange folder, so probably won't matter too much. What do you mean, Reggie? Members can get in. Can't watch the stream? How can you not watch the stream? You should be able to. If I restart the stream. All right. Yeah. Okay, wait. All right, I'm restarting the stream. If you guys don't join, actually, you guys better join. All right, I'm restarting. Just join right back. And yeah. All right, I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, watch how many people join this. Ready? All right. Is that all good? First come, first serve. Should be good now. All right, cool. All right, we're about to find out. It's about to go to 360. Okay, let's see. All right, I think it's working. All right, yeah, it works. Thoughts on the 3-minute inverse short. Let me check this out. On Q, you said? This one right here? I don't like it. Definitely do not like that. Not a specific reason, but all right. So again, I almost didn't go live today or for free because I don't know. This is just one of those days that like the bias is not easy because we already hit all the like the lower time frame targets. I don't know what to see. Again, I'm. This is like a day where I like to draw out conditions instead of trying to guess the bias, if that makes sense. Like I prefer to, okay, here's a 15-minute fair value gap. It's a singular 15-minute fair value gap. So like something like this. This is an hourly fair value gap. And then I'll kind of draw this out. Why isn't this loading? I'll just literally just draw out this and then see how you react to it. And it's just kind of rinse and repeat, okay? And if you don't have a bias, that's what you do because this will tell you a lot. So here's market open, obviously. Again, just gonna see how we react to this. So far, we are rejecting this end dog right here. New day opening gap. Damn, there's 410 people in here. This is still gonna get filled up. God damn. I should have done this at YouTube. Equal highs where? All right, stop boosting the server. I'm serious. We don't need more boost because I don't do this a lot. If we get more boost, I don't want more people joining. This is almost too many in my opinion. too many people in here now. The more people we have in here, the less likely I'm gonna learn to play because I don't want to be an alert service for someone who has their house on the line. Nah, I'm not shaking. I'm used to this type of audience. I first time I ever got like 200 people, I was pretty scared. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so again, in this new day opening gap, I'm gonna try to be as educational as possible, okay, and share my live thoughts. This is literally just where I watch the reaction. Okay, I just watch reaction. I don't watch anything else. I see like, okay, are we speeding off this? Are we not speeding off this? Right? I take everything into account. The other thing I look for is, Are we creating 1 minute fair value gaps at open? Okay. If we are not creating 1 minute fair value gaps at open, that to me means no trade. Okay. In order for me to take a trade, I really need to see 1 minute gaps created open, just because it's really going to tell me, okay, we have displacement. It's okay to trade. Right? If we have no fair value gaps, it's just there's going to be no entries. So that's the other thing I look for and make sure we have it open. Bro. Yo, can you guys hear me? Wait one second, I gotta turn on my Are you hello? Bro, there's 423 people in my stream right now. I don't even I'm probably not gonna talk in here a lot. I don't really know the bias at all. I mean, I'm thinking bullish, but what do you say? Yeah, I know. Dude, Jevin, chill, bro. Alright, so we are forming a nice 3 minute fair value gap here. Close to 1. New day opening gap is mainly all filled here. Again, I'm not gonna force a play. So for you guys new, I will say stuff, but I will not take a play. You'll see me take a play if I take one right here on this account. Okay, I mean I might take a play on my personal account by myself, but this is really the account that I'm trading at the moment. I'll say stuff, and I'm not gonna take a play based off it. You'll see when I actually take a play. Okay, just because someone yesterday goes, I was kind of confused or something. Because I didn't sound confident or anything, but I didn't take any plays. If I do take a play, it's going to be you're gonna see me buy and sell, and that's the play. All right. All the other stuff is just this is me tape reading, like me drawing out this 3 minute fair value gap, which you can see just got closed. This is just literally me tape reading, not interested. That just got closed, meaning there's not really any entries here. The other level to note is these data lows. If we get a nice bearish fair value gap leading down here, I will be interested in these, but not yet. Okay. If you guys have been on my stream long enough, I always tend to mark these data lows. They do get hit a lot. So, like, if we deliver from this new day opening gap, meaning delivering from this new day opening gap means we have to go like this and then get like some sort of inverse or short or whatever. I would want these data lows. Delivering from this new day opening gap does not mean closing above it and then going back down again. That does not mean short, okay? Just so you guys know. Delivering from something means we cleanly reject it, we don't go over it, and we deliver from it. Okay, does that make sense, everyone? Type 1 if that makes sense. Because this is a concept people lack. Okay, good. And I keep getting all these news things. I don't know why. Oh. Alright. So again, cleanly deliver means we don't go above it and then back below it. It means we just reject this, okay? Is anyone in any place at the moment? I'm assuming there's probably someone in from like London Long probably targeting this buy side or something. I'm assuming most people are probably sitting on their hands, which is fine. I mean, I'm sitting on my hands as well. Again, this new day opening gap's probably going to be decent amount of resistance. Again, really nothing to say. We need to. I want to just see the reaction out of this. And I have both sell side and buy side marked, but until I see the reaction off this, I don't really care about either. So it's like ICT all the time. He'll tweet, "Oh, mark this or mark this, blah blah blah," but he doesn't actually care about one until one quote unquote triggers. I don't really like the word triggers because it's not like, oh, if we go under here, it triggers. But once you see the setup, typically that's when I care about the level. So far, you can see price clearly has no intention to break that new day opening gap. Okay, that is important to note. Right, there's no speed trying to get over that yet. So definitely not bullish here. Wait, can some people not see my screen? Sure. Okay, someone said they can't see it. All right, so put in a fair value gap there, hopefully. And then, honestly, because of these data lows here, I would think this 15 minutes going to be violated, especially because we are rejecting from this. So if this 5 minute gets violated, I'll try a short down to these data lows. Again, these get targeted a lot. Okay, for anyone in my stream, you guys know that. The data lows are basically the lows created 8:30 off of data. Yo, I'm gonna try a small short if we violate this 5 minute fair value gap to the data lows. Doesn't look bad. I have no idea, dude. I don't know what the bias is. Not right now. I have no day opening gap drawn. We just rejected. All right, so no. Clearly you can see price does not want to violate this. Keep this drawn. Oh yeah, it does line up with the 3 minute too. Yeah, this I'll upload the stream on YouTube, and I just accidentally opened up my Epic Games. And I wish there was some way someone else could screen share, but you can only do one on live stage. Usually the higher time frame will be more powerful. So see how there's a 5 minute and a 3 minute here. I want to see both close under, obviously, but I want to see this 5 minute close because that's gonna trump everything. Okay. Yeah, there is a 15 minute. I had this 15 minute is being respected at the moment. I'm just saying if this gets violated, I'm gonna look to short to these data lows. However, if we actually if we reviolate this 3, that might be a decent long we could try. It doesn't matter to me. I really have no bias here. I think the bias is a bit difficult today just because we already hit all my objectives yesterday. And until we really get new daily price action, new daily structure, the bias is going to be a little difficult. Eli, shut up. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to try along if we inverse this. How about that? I want to see every single time frame close above here if we possible. Again, you can see I have a long ready if we get it, and I have a short ready if we get it, okay? Doesn't matter which one we get. I just realized how much volatility there is right now. This is 30 points. If this goes over here to here is 30 points. That literally does not look like 30 points. I don't know. That was happening to me too, Eli. People IM. What about YM? I don't see anything I like in YM. All right, let's see if we inverse this. All right, we just inverse it. Really want to see it inverse on the 3-minute here as well. And we just inverse on the 2-minute. So the 3 minutes only time frame we have left, and then I'll try along. I'm just gonna market buy probably. Do 3 contracts here. Again, this is exactly my model. So, if this loses, obviously I will not regret taking this because it's exactly what I teach. So, we'll see. If this 3-minute does not close above, I'm just gonna stay out probably. May not close above here, sadly. Rip. All right, so the 3-minute did not close above. So gonna cancel that for now. Not interested. I know the 2-minute did close above, and the 1-minute did close above, but because of my lack of knowledge of the bias at the moment, we really have to wait for every time frame here because I could see us going both ways here. I need like confirmation. I need to see the 3-minute and the 1-minute and the 2-minute close over. Okay. Now this could still work for a long. Okay. I'm waiting for that extra confirmation. There's a lot of people in here. So we have to wait 2 more minutes till the candle close. And if it does close over, where should the market target? The market should go back to this high. Yeah, so ES did close above here. Again, I'm an NQ trader, so I want to see NQ close above. When the lower high gets broken, Andy. Bro, there is 450 people in my stream right now. Dude, this is what the hell? I don't even want to take a play. I was about to take that 1-minute inverse, but then I was like, oh, the 3 did an inverse. I'm not taking it. I'm about to if this 3-minute gets inversed. I know. 450 people. Yeah. Dude, this is crazy. Okay, you can clearly see price does not want to inverse this, okay? If this is not going to inverse, I'm not longing, all right? Really want to see price inverse it. And you have to wait for the trigger. And if this, say this does get inversed here, okay, would I hold runners here? Why not? Or why yes? All right, so this is actually an interesting one. I would, by the way, this is not getting inverse yet. If this, so looks like this is not going to be triggered, obviously, so I'm not interested. But the thing I was going to say is I probably would try holding one runner long to this high. However, if I took shorts here, if we get this inverse short, would I hold runners past out of lows? Yeah, probably not, because we're so low. There's, I don't know, like, we hit data lows, that's data lows. I'm not going to be looking for any. I don't care if this gets hit. We're too low. I'm not shorting down here. The only way I would short if it was to these data lows, and that's it. But honestly, I probably would not sell my full position here. If this was triggered, I'd probably go for something like this, obviously. So I'd go for something like this for the gap fill and then up the buy side. But you can see, obviously, it's not triggering. So therefore, there's no long setup. Okay, so if we inverse this, I will try a short. And I'm going to just try to take it to the data lows. I actually do like how we could put in this 5-minute order block here. Usually when we get that, price literally just accelerates right down. So we'll see if we get this short here. We got 55 seconds till the candle close, and then all we're going to be targeting is data lows. And then where would the stop loss be? Yes, the stop loss would be close back above, right? And I just have to make sure there's no S&P or anything. Yeah, if you're using a 5-minute inversion, you want to see the 5-minute close under. And if it closes under by a tick, I'm not taking it. It needs to be like right here. I need to be picky because there's a lot of people in here, so I need to be as picky as possible for these. And didn't close under. So no short there yet. We'll see if the 3-minute close under, but obviously there's nothing to trigger us. By the looks of it, I will say I think we are going to go for these data lows just because we did put in a 5-minute order block here. But there's no entry unless we actually close beneath this. Again, think about how many ICT traders are probably longing this right now. And think about these data lows that are usually always hit after we get them. So that's just, you got to think about it from the opposite side. And if I was long right now, I'd totally be reversing my position to these data lows. Bruce, I always try to use the higher time frame one. All right. I might just short one contract here. I can't short 3 anymore. It's just too low. So this is where the risk reward just gets horrible, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna short one here, guys. Not chasing this with 3 contracts. That's just stupid. Obviously the stop loss will be if we go back above this. Okay. And again, this is the only reason I'm doing it one is just so you guys can actually see this and how it works. And okay, we've data lows, we inverse this, the market should go here. Now, because this isn't the greatest risk reward at this point, because we close so far below, obviously this is not something you want to take a position on, if at all. But just because there's so many guys in here, I just want to show you guys this is how I trade usually. And then obviously you put your limit down here. So that's it. It would obviously be 20 points. Stop loss would be, stop loss goes to break even. If we displace through the CE, I'll probably move south to break even just because I don't want to mess with it. But again, this is probably not a position you want to be taking at all just because of how far we're down. I'm just doing it because I know a lot of people want to see like my thought process, and this is exactly what I do. Except in this scenario, the candle kind of closed too far below, so it just wouldn't be something you go heavy in, you know? Doesn't it break my checklist? It technically breaks my checklist because the risk reward isn't here for this play. But just so people can see how I actually execute this in live time, I'm literally just taking a single contract because 1, we close below. I'm showing where the stop loss would be. The stop loss would be a close above here. And then 2, I'm showing where the take profit would be. Okay, this is not a play you should probably be going in the first place just because the close there. But just so people can actually see what I'm thinking and how to actually execute this when we do get a proper setup, this is kind of why you're going to see me do this. I usually trade 8:30 to 11-ish. I know some people probably did just get in on that retest. Probably could have averaged down there, but that's usually not how I trade this model typically. Again, I want to see speed through the CE here. And then again, buy limit down here. There is a fair value gap beneath it, so up 10 points there. I usually do put my stop break even here. Okay, because it's one contract and I'm trying to show you guys how to execute this, I'm probably not going to because I don't really have any emotion here. Then there's no point. So again, limit down here still. And I am going to try to market sell this, market cover it. So instead of putting a limit, I'm going to see if I can get a few extra more points. Because sometimes you can. I'm actually going to put the stop to break even here. Okay, risk-free trade here, obviously. I'm not going to let this go red. It's up about 15 points there. I just want to see these data lows hit now. Again, if I get stop to break even here, get stop to break even. Can't do anything about it. Well, if I get stop to break even here, does that change what I want in price? So there's stop to break even. Does that change what I want in price here? Does that make me not want these data lows still? No, I still want these data lows. It's just I got stop to break even because it wasn't a great entry. But you can see that's exactly what I just did is exactly how I execute with a full size position. Only if this candle close was a lot less. But because that candle close right there was too much, you should probably not be risking a full size position in there. And I wish it was a little better close there because that would have been a better example for the stream. But unfortunately, you can't do anything about the closes sometimes. This was too far. Now, this does not change the fact that I still want these data lows. I still want them. We could maybe get like a re-entry up here if we get another short setup. But again, that is exactly how this is literally a textbook example of how I manage that trade in live time. So this will be recorded so you can watch that. And again, you see when I move my stop to break even, right? I move my stop to break even when we're pretty close to these data lows. Just because you don't want a 15-point trade going red. We did close beneath this 5-minute. So I could take another contract here just to show you guys. Honestly, I probably would if I wasn't on the free stream today. But, I mean, we did close below this finally in the 5-minute. We should go hit these data lows now just because this close. We do have a 5-minute order block right here. So we should just go hit these data lows. I'm going to try one more contract. And no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. I don't want to set a bad example on the free stream, so I'm not going to do that. But imagine I was in another contract here. Let's see what would happen. I can't, dude, I don't want to do anything stupid in front of you guys, you know? I forget. If it was my private stream, I probably would, but yeah, I wouldn't. If you have an Apex account that you got for 90% off sale, just to see if you're right, take a contract here. I'll try a short here in my top step. How about that? This could possibly be very, very stupid. And I'm literally just gonna cover the data lows here. little more. Little more. I'm gonna market cover this, by the way. And I'm out there. So there it is, out there in the topstep account. So again, I knew those data lows were still gonna hit. It was pretty obvious to me. Like I said, if it was a private stream, I probably would have taken more contracts there. But yeah, there it is. There's data lows. That's why I love data low so much, just because you always see them hit, especially because this 5 minute was violated. Okay, that should be hit. Yo, who took that? Who took that? Who took that? Who took that? Yes, sir. Data lows, baby. Yeah, I took it. I was up 15 points. I got south to break even. Rip. And I took a reshort on the top step. I just reshorted when we got that OB. Well, when I predicted it was gonna be an OB. Yeah, no, 955. I took it. All right, so you guys all understand how to actually execute those inverses now? Do you see how, even though, I mean, we did get the retrace technically in the 3 minute, but typically I just market sell. That's why I prefer the candle being like right here. And like in this situation, I just wouldn't hold runners because there's a fair value gap beneath. We're so low in the higher time frame. You know, I don't see any point in holding short runners here. If we got a long, then yeah, long runners would be good, but even if you like didn't participate in that play, like you can still see, like you still know where the market's going once this 5 minutes violated, and that's why I don't look to long it. Right, and it's still a good feeling even if you're not in the play, because it's like, oh, I just found out where the market was going before it actually happened. And like it doesn't feel accidental, right? I see this repeat every day. I know 99% of the time, especially with data lows here, once this bullish fair value gap to these lows is violated, right? I know those are gonna hit, right? So it gives you a really good bias. The candle close, I prefer it to be like anywhere like in this vicinity. I like it. But once it gets down here, that's just like a screen time thing. It's like you don't want it to be way down there. Typically a little better. So now we'll just look for a long setup because we did hit these data lows. And again, not really sure the bias here. We could get a long setup in here possibly. I'm just playing liquidity, right? Sometimes if you don't know the bias, just play liquidity. And I'm playing liquidity here. I see we just hit the sell side, this data lows. Now we just do it. By the way, did anyone reshort when I said I'm reshorting my top step? Type 1 if you did. I'm not going to even count that as an alert, but it was kind of tiny, but I figured that would hit. Half the people in here like, when did he alert that? So data lows are basically when these data lows are basically when we have like news at 8:30 or NFP or CPI. We'll create these really giant wicks, which people see as rejection blocks, but typically we'll go to the bottom of the wick and fill it all because there's not a lot of orders that get filled here in the news because it happens so fast, and it creates these little voids, and we go down and fill those. Yep. I mean, I'm gonna have both marked. So obviously, London lows here. After either one of these, if we get a long setup, I'm taking it. After either one of these, this one or London low, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, no problem, ATX. I regret moving my stock to break even there. I know that was one contract. I should have just left it. For everyone on my stream, you rarely ever see that fail. Like rarely. I don't think maybe once I've seen that fail. But for everyone else in here, for all you 200 people not in Bear Premium, did that play and me talking through that kind of help? Because I know a lot of people don't know what data lows are. I've seen this a lot. You're gonna recognize these data lows plays a lot. I'm gonna make a model on this because I'm making a thread on this, dude. This is like you can wait for these data low plays or these data highs plays, and they literally hit so much. But I did see a few people leave. I'm hoping they didn't leave because he's that. I hope they're not like he's trash or whatever. But some people I know they get confused. Like I said, if it was my private stream, probably would have just held that, and I probably would have sized up a little bit there. But there's a lot of people in here. This is not a signal service. Okay, at the end of the day, it's not a signal service. I try. I'm in my free streams. I'm always gonna care more about the education, because if I signal 5 times in a free stream, what are you gonna take away from a free stream? Nothing. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I do a little more teaching rather than the signal part. Is a little better. Yeah, I agree, Marie. Yeah. So 1 second. So it's really the day or the weekly gap that's on my radar. Like this is as well. It's also lines up with an order block, and then there's a weekly gap is here. So I think what could happen is I think we maybe get a smaller retracement from here and do something like that, and then go back down again. Something like that. But yeah, definitely on my radar. That's why I am. That's another reason why I am looking for a long setup here if we get one. Which still a lot of time. We still could. So that's another reason why I'm still technically looking for a long setup here. It just doesn't make sense to short here. Even if the short works out, there's gonna be a lot of people like, oh, why didn't you short? Okay, it does not make sense to short here. We're so low. We're in a daily fair value gap. Okay. If shorts work, congratulations. I don't really care. I'm not gonna have any FOMO from shorts working here. And really now what I watch for is, okay, how much are we actually going to displace below this low? Okay. If we don't displace below this low, meaning if we really just wick under and get a long setup, that should be a pretty good long setup. I like to look for like a good bearish for rag gap here, but there isn't any to inverse here, unfortunately. So I don't really need player opportunities off there. Probably have to form like whole new structure. Also, did anyone recognize the fact how once we put in this order block, I figured we'd go to this data lows before this actually got closed below? Did anyone hear that? And again, I've talked about that in my YouTube videos before. So as soon as this OB forms and we have data lows, typically, like I said, price will then expand down. We'll go to the data lows. I don't need to see it close below that. But that's for a little more season traders to recognize that. If you're newer, you don't just short base off that. But all right, give us a long setup. we get anything here. If I were to long this, what would be ideal? I want to see like another giant candle here with a nice bullish fair value gap and then an inversion out of that. So I'm literally looking for like a giant candle here, fair value gap, and then so here would be the candle, and then I'd look for a bearish fair value gap down, wherever that is, and then that inversion would be my long. Which that might take a while to play out, but that's my ideal scenario. People be clowning on what? Let me check. Yeah, so this is a bullish SMT with these data lows. I will say this. I do not see a lot of SMTs off of data lows. I would say not 90% of the time. I would say about 75% of the time, both indices will take out these data lows and not form an SMT off it. Usually we form SMTs off of like London lows or previous low day. And that's most of the time. I have seen a few SMTs off them, but typically I do not see SMTs off these data lows. Okay. So while it does look like an SMT now, I could still see this definitely hitting and then getting along just fine. You can still obviously see we are rejecting this inversion right here. Okay. But like I said, most of the time we do not get an SMT off of data lows. And I feel like it's mainly probably because this is a true void and you don't get SMTs off voids because all voids are going to be filled because there's lack of orders in there. So I feel like that's probably the reason. You can see this is turning into an order block, which again, this order block tells me what? What does this order block tell me if we close below here? This is a answer question. Looks like this is not going to be an order block yet. For the order block here, I want to see like an actual close below. This wick doesn't really mean anything to me. Yeah, it just confirms that it's going to take this low. So you really want to see a close below. A wick below doesn't really make this an order block, in my opinion. But so if we don't get the close below, it's not going to matter. But if we do get the close below here, it just confirms that we're going to go for the data low here in ES. Which by the looks of it, doesn't really seem like that way anymore. Damn, why do I keep getting these things? Yeah, this looks very bullish. We got a fixed 15-minute inversion here in DXY. Probably just means we're going to go back to these equal highs up here. Euro, don't see any. Euro, if we do, okay, if we inverse this in Euro, that would be a good long setup. Right here. This looks good. I'm still getting them, Eli. I turned them all off. They keep turning back on. But yeah, Euro, this actually looks like a good long. Why would this be a good inversion long if we inverse this? Yes, I understand that, Kills. I'm just, I don't think it's going to happen, but why would it be? Yeah, it's because we completed that market maker sell model. We hit the sell side. What's the other reason? What about this inversion do I like? or possible inversion, which I don't think this is going to turn into a version just because DXY is obviously going to probably go hit these highs. But what's the other thing I like specifically? Yeah, exactly. It's a singular fair value gap. And when you get these singular fair value gaps, it just means what? It means that you're not going to have multiple fair value gaps to guess from here. It's just one close, one stop loss, one take profit, rather than if there's like 5 here, that would just imagine if there's 5 fair value gaps here. You're going to be guessing which one's going to be the one for the set the stop base on and all that nice stuff. So that just means that. All right, so we're inside this bullish fair value gap. This is the last possible spot we can get a long setup. And although I'm not going to take this play, what would be the consensus if we close under this on the 15? Yeah, it just means I know these lows are going to come. Which, I mean, from the looks of it, looks like they're already going to come. But if we close below this, that just says what? Okay, these lows are coming. And could that give us like maybe a 30-second setup there? Yes, it could. But obviously, I'm not going to short base off this close, so risk reward's bad. Again, I think the best risk reward here would be if we got a long setup, because you could probably take it pretty far up, in my opinion, something like this. But until I see that long setup, there's not anything that's going to be good risk reward. If we do close below this and you want to do a demo short or maybe even eval short, I don't really care. You can just take it to these lows, but risk reward obviously isn't there. I mean, it would be if we close like right here. This actually still would be like 35 points, so it doesn't look bad. And the reason why some people are like, "Oh, why is he pointing this out? The risk reward so bad here. Like, what is he even doing?" All right, imagine if this was on a 4-hour time frame. This would probably be like 200 points right here. So I'm just pointing this out. It doesn't matter what time frame it's on. I'm just pointing them out so you actually see the signature and price. Yeah, Apex is 90% off sale right now. I'd recommend buying a few accounts. Make sure to use my code in FxReplay's channel. Also, another announcement. If you guys want FxReplay, it's basically probably the best backtesting program. I just partnered with them, and there's like a 15% off if you click my link. It's just in the announcement. It's already made an announcement about it, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, they are bringing futures soon. I think it's worth it just when they bring futures, but backtesting ICT itself is so hard because you have to soak in is there news, what the time is, what everything is. I think it's just better for mechanical strategy. It's so hard for me to backtest ICT itself, like extremely difficult. If there's a backtesting program where you could literally backtest exactly like what's happening now, you could do so much better. But I don't know. I don't really like backtesting that much, unless it's I only like backtesting mechanical strategies that you can code. That's the only thing. Not really hard to fit. Yeah, not really. I think ES should go for these lows. I'd guess this should be an order block here. Bro, this price action sucks. Shut up. Did you see ICT's play? He shorted the breaker. Wait, what'd you say? I'm not really getting anything good here. Scalping strategy using FFGs. Yeah, Johnny. I mean, I let you just trade one model, the inversion model. So I'm assuming you're probably taking others. Yeah, I hope ICT joins too. Bro, I'm debating whether I should. I don't even know if I'm gonna post that when I said I'm shorting my topstep account because that was kind of pointless. I wish I should just held that one till break even. I still regret not holding that. What models did I use pre-inversion model? Before the inversion model, I'd use like breaker sometimes. Um, I mainly just used the 2022 model for that, and then I figured out the inversion model was just much more better, or much better. Sorry, not much more better. Yeah, 10 more minutes till this candle close. Again, like I said, if you have like a 90% eval account, I think it'd be worth, if we do close below this, I think it'd be worth a small short, try to bring it to these lows. Because the market should hit these lows if this is violated. And then, again, from here, obviously we'll look for a long setup again. Just because it doesn't make sense to short. However, this technically, if we do close below this, it doesn't make sense for the market to go here. And again, it's not the wicks. I don't care about these wicks going below. It has to be a body. Cybersecurity. All right, so we are reacting nicely to that. We get a long setup here still. A little choppy. Yes, hit those lows. This does not hit those lows. Wow. And you can't do anything in this situation. You just have to wait. Gun them ahead, we still go down here though. That's what I'm thinking. Got a 5-minute word block here. I think this 5-minute word block's probably just gonna take us down. And you really should see no respection of this. I mean, we should just cut right through it. Obviously, I want to see ES accelerate to these lows a little bit. Yeah, the 5-minute order block is just it's a green candle. It's usually sandwiched between two red candles before a down move, and the down move has to be a change in delivery. Meaning, here's a green candle. This totally changed how we this close below this low. Totally changed the state of delivery here because this candle versus okay, now this close below. You'll probably have to watch our order block video. It's not something I can explain in about 10 seconds, but I know ICT's videos on those. For Apex, I'd probably do like the 50K account. That's like the best one in my opinion. especially if you're newer. If you are experienced, then do the 100K. But man, I have an OB video, but I'm not gonna lie, I've seen better ones than mine. Apex code is in the chat right now. Yeah, so that is good to know. ES is respecting this 50% of this wick. Okay. Now, again, like I said, most of the time we do not get SMTs off data low. So I know it is respecting it, but I probably see us still go hit this low at some point. Most of the time we do not get SMTs off of this. I had the same play as ICT. No, I didn't. Let me watch it. Oh, he shorted that. Now, I shorted lower. Bro, I shorted lower, dude. That is not almost the same play. See this? See? We just literally just run these lows now. Again, there will be some days where you're going to get a breaker instead of inversion here, okay? If that happens and I use the inversion model most of the time and I don't use the breaker model, well, then there's going to be no way I'm going to be able to short that, okay? So you guys know. The only way I can short is if we get my model, which is the inversion model. All right, if this closes below, feel free to take a short on like an eval account if you want. Target would be this low here. Stop loss would be where? I used to use breakers all the time. I don't use them anymore. Yes, still's not hit those lows. Wow. Again, I'm not going to take this. You're not going to see me execute this on the screen. This is just if you're like, if you have one of those accounts where it's like, oh, you have the full port play by tomorrow. I mean, this, you could try this. Again, this is not a signal or anything. This is just me tape reading. I'm not taking this on the screen. Okay. You're not going to see me take it. The only other play I will take is what? What's the only other play that I'm interested in at the moment? That I've said a million times. Yes, I'm only interested in a long down here. I'm not going to short. From the looks of it, it looks like we're going to go to this low. And again, like I said, if we hit this low and get a long, I'll take that. Okay. But until then, not really interested in anything here. A 3-minute order block right there. How is ES not hitting those lows? That's crazy. You don't see this happen a lot. See, this looks like all right, that doesn't look terrible. Nah, this inversion setup would be way too low RR. You would not touch that. Three minutes till this 15 close. Again, this is me literally just tape reading. I'm not calling anything out. Okay. If you did short this inverse, looks like that's not going to work out, sadly. But obviously that's not an actual play. That's just a gamble play pretty much. So low. Might be stacked on the chart. Let me check. Again, I want to see, oh wow, this was an inversion here. Is anyone in this? Yeah, it's too late for me to take it now. I didn't see that. This is where I get skeptical of taking inversion play without these data lows and ES hitting. So I'm just gonna tape read this. Okay, I really, really, really want a long, but man, I wish we would have taken these data lows first. I feel like this might work just because this low resistance liquidity, but I know we didn't hit that low, but doesn't look bad. But again, this is technically the inverse model, except we didn't really hit a major low here, which is why I'm not too. This is more probably B setup in my opinion. It would be an A plus if we hit this low, but we never did. Ugh, come on. Oh, congrats everyone who did take that. That was probably something I could have taken. Oh no. Why didn't we just take out those ES lows, dude? I would have gone so heavy in that. It is what it is. Yeah, ES was definitely trolling shorts there. All right. I get an inversion long set up here still. This is low resistance liquidity. It's just an algorithmic trend line. It looks perfect. So usually that low resistance liquidity ends up breaking the whole thing, which would probably complete around here. But man, the fact we did not hit those lows sucks. I know some people are just gonna long this. Not my model, obviously. Although the old me probably would have tried a long here. $15-minute NES. Yeah, I see the 15-minute did just retrace into this inversion. Yeah, Levi, what are you thinking here? I switched models because I found the inverse had more of a. It gave me more conviction and made me less emotional in trades, and it has a high win rate. So yeah, I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. I only took one play earlier, but I got sought to break even on it, and I only took one contract because again I'm trying to emphasize the education on this rather than the alerts. Obviously that's quite different when I actually stream to my private people, but I don't know, Jay. That's gonna happen sometimes, and those are usually hit or miss setups. I feel like we're gonna get a good play at some point. I'm just waiting. Check EU. Yeah, EU is digging into this a little bit. Yeah, and it's not triggered yet for an inversion here. The other setup would be if we got like a bearish fair value gap here and inverse that, I'll take it up to this high. This is like so sketch. I can guarantee you like 90. This is 100% win rate play. If this gets inversed, we're going to these lows. It doesn't matter. Just that's 100% win rate play right there. See, I don't. If you're looking for that 2022 model, technically this is it. But why do you think I don't like this? Why do I not like this for a long? No, the RR is good if it was a long. This would be the RR. Yeah, we didn't really take those data lows, so just this wouldn't be high probability to me. I mean, it technically could be the SMT 2022 model where we didn't take the lows, but based off of screen time, we do not typically form SMTs off equal lows. So I mean, you know, again, 100% win rate play right here if this gets inversed. Obviously, the risk reward isn't there, but should get inversed. Okay, so that one was inverse. Good sign. Now you just obviously want to see this close below. This is not something I am shorting, or you're not going to see me shorted on this account at least. Again, the only thing I'm going to take in this is if we get along, if we hit this low, which we should based off this reaction. You can see ES kind of gave a little bit of a, what kind of close you want to call this? Annoying close, I guess is the word. You can see the body held but wicked under. An FU close, yeah, that's a good word for it. No, I do not have Pro Plus 000. Again, if this does not get closed below, I don't really care about these lows. Well, I do still, but you really want to see this close below. No, I was just looking at it earlier, Jay. I drew this. Nah, if it's a tiny bit above, it's still technically valid. Okay, should form an ORD block here, and this should literally just accelerate to the low here. So you can see, well, a bunch of ICT traders on Twitter are probably longing this because they're like, oh, SMT 2022 model. Dodgy here has enough screen time to know that we don't really get SMTs off of data lows and that this is likely to be violated. So hopefully I don't eat my words here in a moment. Could be eating my words here. Hopefully not. Little bit more. I know some people are probably in this inverse short as well. If you are, your target would be where? Would be this low right here. Okay. You obviously want to see this close below now. No, I don't swing trade. I cannot swing trade because I cannot sleep if I swing trade. All right, there's the close below. Should just tell us that these equal lows are coming now. Or this data low, sorry. These don't hit, I'll literally stop trading. And there they are, boom. So there they are, 100% win rate play. I told you so. And yeah, I'd be all out there. If you got in on that inversion on Q, please be out here. If you want to try to hold run here, you can. But all I really wanted there was those data lows. Yeah, it was valid, Mushy. Alex, shut up, bro. It was valid because we knew if we, I know we have this in the leg, but if we see this and we see we have not hit data lows on yes, well then should this work? Should this inverse here in NQ work if we know ES has not hit the data lows yet? Even if there might be multiple fair value gaps. They're generally the same. You want to see them correlated, Jay. All right, does no one know the answer to my question? My question was this. If I know there's still data lows here and I know ES is going to take them, should, even though there is a fair value gap here, should this inverse still work? Yes. Okay. And it should work because of 3D analysis, right? We have data lows here. You should still see this work. Okay. Now, if you heard me and you were listening very clearly, what did I say about this? Did anyone hear what I say when I was talking about this inverse? Sure, someone heard it. I said I'm not taking this short on this account. I was like, I'm not taking this short, and I go, well, in this account. That's very fun. I mean, I'm assuming someone heard that, but all right. So now we look for long. The long I will take on this account if we get it. We'll see. Whether we hit this low or not, I'm still gonna take a long. We get it. Usually when people start leaving is usually when we get a setup based on a past history. Uh, 15-minute close in 4 minutes. We'll see if we close below this. Yeah, guys, do not chart on micros. If you're charting the micro chart, you are setting yourself up for failure. You can trade on the micro chart, but make sure you are charting on NQ the minis. When do we long? Not yet. I think if we close below this, we should hit sell side. And then we'll long if we get a inversion model. I'll show you when. I'll tell you when if we get it. It doesn't really, how long if we hit this or not, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not too married to the sell side. You don't want to get, especially when we're really low in the higher time frame, don't get married to a big sell side level. Like, we're so low where this might not even matter. This might be just internal. You shouldn't chart an NQ because it gives inaccurate data sometimes when the minis will have equal highs and we'll hit them in the minis, and then MNQ will have equal highs, but we just won't hit them in MNQ. It's like liquidity. There's a lot more liquidity in NQ than the micros. All right, should we take a long if we inverse this 3-minute? Bro, Steve, who's who's gambling, who's probably in like 10 trades already, he says no. Oh, that's funny. He's in like 10 trades and yeah, he's like no. All right, we're gonna try along here. If we inverse this, hopefully the price action doesn't screw us up here, and we actually get logical price action. Depending on the close, I'll either go 4 or 3 contracts here. This is gonna be my last play of the day. Okay, whether it's a win or loss. If we close like somewhere up here, I'm gonna only go probably 3. Just want to make sure this does close above here. This is where, if this play does fail, I would say it's because of the chop. So hopefully this does not fail, but sometimes you start to get this really bad time distortion around this time, which hopefully is not the case for us. That's why I really like taking a play before 10:30. And obviously that short to the data lows is the play. It didn't give us the proper inversion model for a good entry and for good risk management. I mean, obviously it was good risk management, but for how I personally trade, it didn't really give us any good opportunity there. All right. Yeah, we're going to have to go on this now. So I'm only going to do 3 contracts here. Target will obviously be here. That'll be 15, 13 points. I'm going to only sell 1 there, though. And then I'll just try to hold the rest probably till 1 here, 1, there's equal highs here, and then I don't even know, probably here I'll go for like probably 40. This is about 40 points here, so we'll try this. Stop loss. When do I move the stop loss to break even? No, wrong. Oh, yes, this one right here. If we hit this. It's not this. It would be this right here, because see, this is swing high. And hopefully we do accelerate above this. Again, all right, so there's that is. Stop the break even here. If I get stop the break even, do not be mad, okay? This is how I trade. You can trade this differently how I do. Okay? This has saved me in the long run. It's now a free trade. Okay? Just know that. Again, you can manage this differently than how I do. I'm just showing how I trade and how I teach. I'm not going to go away from that, okay? This has helped me in the long run. And boom, there's the first take profit. Now stop should definitely be to break even. So 15 points there. Okay. 19. I'm going to get out there again. So there's the second one. Boom. Okay. Let's go. And then this is going to be 40 points up here. I don't even know what the target up here, to be honest. This is just whatever. Honestly, I should probably just target the CE, this 15-minute fair value gap. So I think I'm going to move this down a little bit. There's no good target here. There's no good swing high there, so I have no idea. I'm just going to do this. It's whatever. If it hits, great. If not, I don't know. So I told you, when people start leaving, we get a play. Thank you, Auntie. All right, I'm getting out there. That was 30 points. Goodbye. All right, who took that? Type 1. I'm the best trader. I'm the best trader. I'm the best trader. All right, so that is that. Let's go, baby. See why I'm the best trader now, guys? Now I can post that to Twitter. So that one I can post to Twitter. Just kidding, bro. That's funny. I am the king. Yo, boom, who just took that? Who just took that long, baby? Let's go. I finally got a good play in front of 400 people. I took that. The 3-minute inverse when that 3-minute inverse goes above. Sorry. Eric, how the planes working today? How the planes working today? Yeah. So, do you guys see how patient I remained all day? Finally got a good play. I remained patient. Right. And I think it's a good to note that I did not get married to this low at all. That's just a screen time thing. I used to try to get married to these lows all the time, but I mean, does everyone remember my class the other day about the 15-minute and the wicks and when I look for a setup and the time? Yeah, I filed for divorce too. Who was in my class the other day? God damn it, I should have held. I'm just kidding. No, I don't really care. Who was in my class the other day? When can we get the best setups? How much R do I risk? I risk as much R as I need to make a winning play. Yeah, Flare, it's annoying. All right, does no one understand why this was a good long for my class yesterday and why I didn't get married to this sell side there? Come on, someone's got to remember. Do I really cheat you guys all wrong? Oh, all right, you guys are actually disappointing me now. Come on. Yes, Treehouse Trades. Good job. So I saw that we still had this 15-minute fair value gap, and the wick was still holding it, and the close was in like 4 minutes. So I knew if we got a lower time frame inverse there, it would wick up to 15 before it closed below, and we would not hit this. So basically, I figured if this 3-minute inverse played out, this 15-minute would be a wick because there's like 4 minutes to the close. Is anyone still holding, by the way? This is your next this is their next scale spot for everyone holding. It's an ordered black. And then after that, it would just be this high up here. Okay, this is the final scale spot until up here.